Mr. Investor Lot, welcome back to the channel, baby. We're back in the building. Today is going to be a short update on bio-nanogenomics. I'm just going to tell you what I believe is the next catalyst. I'm also going to tell you some important updates that you need to know. And please remember, none of this is financial advice. This is for entertainment only. If you're able to support the channel, please click the join button above my head. It's only 99 cents a month. You can select any tier at all and it will really help me out. But if you're unable to, just you hitting the like and click and subscribe on this video means the world to me. Thank you so much for all your love and support. Thank you to my patrons. Thank you to my channel members. Thank you to everybody subscribed. Okay, I want to talk about institutional investors and I want to talk about the next catalysts that are going to make them jump into bio-nanogenomics big time. I also want to talk about some big juicy events coming up, but before we get into any of this, I've been trying to do this. I've been trying to search my emails as well. I want you guys to be able to do this and have your say for bio-nanogenomics. So Messenger of Moiseville actually messaged me. He tagged me here in a tweet and he said, please help spread the word. Bio-nanogenomics is actually having a vote. They need our help as investors to reach the quorum. Quorum or quorum? Quorum or quorum is a minimum number of members of a deliberative assembly, a body that uses a parliamentary procedure such as legislator, necessary to conduct the business of that of a group. So basically they are asking us to vote. So you can see here, if you go to the investor relations page on bio-nanogenomics, if you scroll down past the latest financial results, you'll see here, vote for the annual meeting. Please vote by June 10th, 2021. A lot of us may have this in our emails if you're from America and maybe Canada too and other parts of the world, but over here the brokers in Europe, for some reason they haven't sent me the email. I've been trying to chase them up as well because I want to be able to vote. So apparently it's just voting about the board of directors, the management as well, so it's about keeping the management in place, and board of directors like Christopher Twomey, and I think Christina as well is in there, or perhaps even Yvonne. Actually the main thing is to make sure you vote. And so Mo Stonks, shout out to Mo, he's already voted via Robinhood. Thank you very much for your vote, my friend, because as investors we should have our say in how the company is run, so it's very good that he is utilizing this right. Please run with it, BNGO Cowboys. So next, Cytopia. What will make institutions invest bigger in bingo? Tell me, daddy. Well, all institutions are different, but for example, one of Simon's kind of requirements for ARK Invest is there are 6 levels to investing, and one of them was valuations. But the other was the total addressable market. Remember when we were having banter with Joe Butler, bio-nanogenomics employee and sales manager of the UK? Messenger of Moiseville was also talking about this, and he was saying we have a monopoly over the optical genome mapping market, and there is a ton of money to be made from it. However, we also have the nanonozzle patent, which turns sapphire into a sequencer. Then Messenger of Moiseville was talking about bio-nano equals Pac B plus Illumina plus ONT Oxford Nanopore. Lag. So we've all known about the nanonozzle, the patent there as well, and there's lots of speculation surrounding potentially breaking our way into both short read and long read sequencing markets, which ARK thinks. They believe that Pacific Biosciences and Oxford Nanopore is going to be dominating that long read sequencing market. And how much is that total addressable market worth? Well, their analysts are expecting the long read sequencing market to grow at an annual rate of 82%. That's their compounded annual growth rate, and they're actually saying that the sequencing consumables, instruments, services, long read sequencing revenues could expand from $250 million at present day to $5 billion by 2025. What else is juicy as well is they're talking about short read sequencing continuing to dominate the sequencing market, especially as liquid biopsy becomes a standard of care in oncology. So if we look at the liquid biopsy market, ARK Invest values it at $100 billion in America alone, and if we look at the Cowen Group and you scroll down here, have a little scrolly, Cowen have declared that they're estimating the market opportunity to be around $30 billion to $130 billion in the United States alone. So back in March 2021, I remember Simon Barnett actually sharing this. He actually retweeted this. He was talking about the company Agilent acquiring Resolution Bioscience to strengthen its leadership position in cancer diagnostics. So what's the reason for doing this? Well, Agilent has actually done this so they can expand their addressable market by $3 billion in 2025, expecting that addressable market is going to double by 2030. So Agilent paid $550 million in cash at closing, and they're going to pay an additional $145 million based on achieving their future performance milestones. And instead of taking on debt like Pac B to SoftBank, BNGO said, God, no. Shout out to man like Zeo, there's no bankruptcy looming. We have a nice big cash stack of 300 and something million. What if we start to cash flow and we decide to buy into companies that are going to give us access to these different markets? We already have this juicy market opportunity where we're looking to have sales and adoptions of our Sapphire machine. This little segment here, BioNano believes that they are alone in accessing this market. But what about all these other markets here? What if we're able to purchase some companies that are going to give us the ability to access different pieces of the pie? We gonna lay the smack down on this genomic butt. So what's the next big catalyst, big daddy? So we've got all these global events popping off. Some of them are thousands of dollars, so it's going to be tough to get into them, but there's some that we can access. So let me know which ones you think are going to be beneficial, and we'll start to chip in together and hopefully get into some of these events. All of these events will play their part in institutional investors coming into BioNano Genomics, and I believe that these events will be a catalyst, especially if more research comes out from these academics and high-level elite professors and doctors using BNGO Sapphire, utilizing it in ways never seen before. Cytopia is very real and it's happening today, and if these breakthroughs are actually good at accessing a juicy, cash-rich addressable market, institutions may allocate and increase shares in BioNano Genomics to take a nice risk for huge potential gains. As I said before, and I'll say it again, BNGO, we've come a long way from 69. We used to only have 69 institutional investors. We now have 135, and just watch this throughout the year. Watch these institutions start to big out bigger, juicier investments in BioNano Genomics. I think we're going to see on Fintel a lot more of these green initial investments opening up as different institutions join our ranks. We're also going to see some of these grey positions here, these white positions. You'll see that their shares change will increase as well. So that's what I believe is going to happen. We've seen it here with the Jane Street Group increasing their institutional share ownership. They now have 1.2 million shares. They've increased their percentage by 236%. Over here we've seen Royal Bank of Canada, and right now what I'm doing is I'm working like 50-hour weeks at the moment, just trying to grind. Sometimes I sleep for like 20 minutes and I get a call and they're like, hey man, you got to come into work, man. The reason I'm working so hard is not only to help my family, but also to build out positions in BioNano Genomics and NNDM. I believe that they've got massive growth potential ahead, and if we take a look down here as well, we can see the same names popping up across them. Susquehanna International Group, Invesco with 4 million shares, and that's a juicy new position just this May. Even Vanguard has put that they've increased their share ownership by 30%, now totaling 9.2 million shares, as well as a new position by Renaissance Technology earlier in the month of May with 9.4 million shares. Can you imagine? A new position, 9.4 million shares, bang. So just to summarize for you guys, the catalysts are sales, more adoption, especially from large hospitals and famous hospitals from around the world, the nano nozzle device and us entering the sequencing market, potentially purchasing some other companies that will give us the ability to access the liquid biopsy market as well, and all of these genomic events that could potentially increase institutional ownership in BioNano Genomics. So that was a short update video. I'm actually going to give you a proper summary of everything that happened at the earnings call. It's been ages me trying to build this out because I'm working 50-60 hour weeks sometimes, and I hope it all pays off, all of this hard work. So thank you so much for your love and support, and I'm going to try and do some due diligence and deliver it to you very soon, baby. Always remember, none of this is financial advice, it's for entertainment only. If you're able to support my channel, please click the join button just above my head. It's only 99 cents. But if you're unable to, just you hitting like, leaving me a comment and clicking subscribe is enough for me. Welcome to the family, baby. Mr. Investor ALOT, over and out, baby.